Good morning, this is BG. Um, I am going to share a practice with you this morning that's fairly quick that I do for my sadhana, my daily sadhana. It's still dark because it's sun is, I believe it's gonna, I wonder why it's still dark, but it's a little bit after 5. And good morning, Karen Copenhaver. I'm sharing a really quick practice before I go and do my energy work, my daily energy work. I am in Pacific Standard Time, so right now it's what we call Brahma Muhurta hours. It's 156 minutes before sunrise, and this is my daily energy practice that I've been doing for a long, long time. I wake up between the hours of 3:30 and 4:30 a.m. and until sunrise I do my conscious practice. And today, the awareness that I would like to invite everyone to have just as you spend the day today is to be really conscious of the sounds that you're hearing. Sometimes just practicing awareness for just a specific part of our energy intake allows us to become hyper sensitive to the subtle energy bodies that we work on in order to, we call it heart math. When the things that you're speaking are in alignment with what's happening in your energy body, then you are pure in your authentic expression. But many times what happens because of our conditioning and our programming and the way that we've been, the way that we grew up and the relationships that we have and our cultural influences, many times people, what they're speaking, where they're speaking from is their mental body, and they're able, they speak without having the energy to back it up. And the way that we manifest anything from the ether into third dimensional reality, which is our physical experience, the way that we do that is through our energy. And if we're not aware of where our energy is at, exactly what our energies are doing, if we're not aware of whether we're in our bodies or not in our bodies, all of those ways that we express our energies, if we're not doing it consciously, then what happens is what's reflected outside of us is there's a difference between what's expressed and what we feel needs to be expressed. So there's already a disconnection. What we are doing is we're practicing how to create that connection within our own energy system, so that we're conscious and aware of exactly where we're at in relationship to what we're manifesting. So with the work that we do with Avala is that we practice the Avala breath lock. These practices that we do with our using our breath, using our consciousness, using our physical bodies allows us to get aligned to our soul energy really, really quickly and in the moment. As a matter of fact, this is why we do this every single day. We put it into our practice that we do this this work to consistently stay in our soul energy, consistently be conscious in our human experience. Good morning, Montevo. And so right now, the awareness, the way that we could practice today is to just bring our attention whenever we find ourselves feeling dense, feeling heavy with whatever emotional story or human story comes our way today, right? Whenever we're feeling that density, whenever you notice that, attune your awareness to the sounds that you're hearing in the universe and allow every sound to recalibrate your system to that of the universe's flow. And when we do that, when we bring our awareness and literally we're just tuning in with our consciousness, we're just tuning in and making sure that we're in tune with the flow and the sounds of the universe. And when we do that, even if it's really, really subtle, like for example, last night when I was falling asleep next to Miko, I brought it into my consciousness. I am so present and hyper present in my body, and you know, it's kind of counterintuitive to what we want to do when we sleep, right? For many of us, we just want to keep checking out. But there is something so intuitively relaxing for our system, our meditative system, the system that is our energy bodies and our physical bodies, our mental bodies, everything that is so in tune with meditation. Our bodies know to do that. Our bodies are naturally in alignment with wanting to be in that state of relaxation. Soul to soul energy can come in and be alive in our human system. So I was last night falling asleep and I was hyper aware of his presence, his energy next to me. And then I became hyper aware of the beautiful sounds of water and frogs and crickets, nighttime sounds. And I started to meditate on those sounds and allowed those sounds to vibrate within my system. And that meditation got me at Om with the universe. Om is the first sound that the universe made in its creation. And that's why we Om. It's a mantra that gets us vibrationally in harmony with the sound of the universe, the first sound. And of course, Vedic seed mantras are all sounds that the universe has made in its creation. And that's why we do the mantras, so that we are recalibrating the whole time. We're not just saying the mantras. If we're doing them consciously, then we're feeling and moving that energy with our consciousness, using breath work. The whole time we're doing the mantra, we're embodying the intention of the mantra. So receiving these, being aware of the sounds that the universe is making, and throughout the day tuning in and recalibrating our system to what happens when we're doing that. What happens when we do that is we start to let go more, because we are aware of the presence of the universe in our life, right? We're aware of the magic and the energy, and being aware automatically brings us to a place of gratitude. I was so grateful to be able to relax into my night's sleep, recognizing, acknowledging, and being grateful and appreciative for the fact that I'm on this side of my manifestation, that every single part of the process was necessary for me to be here in this moment, and how grateful I was in those moments, and how grateful I am now, and I'm excited and anticipating for the moments to come. That's a beautiful place of relaxation and acceptance of where we're at now, and what we're calling in. So we're getting our systems to be in alignment with what we're manifesting. And that alignment place is a place of meditation, relaxation, appreciation, and gratitude, and clarity, in accepting that it's not the answers that give us clarity. It's the energy, vibration, knowing that we are vibrating with the flow of our soul path and flow of the universe, that brings us clarity and acceptance. If we rely on answers to bring us clarity, then we will always need something external, unless the answers are from within. But the answers from within don't necessarily always come with conclusions, right? The answers come with just reassurance and comfort and soothing and relief. Those are the answers that we're always looking for in our system, not the mental body answer that our mental body needs in order for conditional relief to be felt. That's one type of relief, and that's, and those are wonderful when they come, but they're fleeting and make us feel disempowered when they don't come, right, in the way that we are expecting. So we're experiencing life from a human perspective when we're coming from that place. When we experience life from our soul conscious place, the answers are already felt within us. And then it's only a matter of time and space through third dimension for those answers to show up in physical reality. So this is just a beautiful understanding of how we manifest and how we alchemize our energy to the vibration of the manifestation. And the way, the gateway into that practice of experiencing our life from that energy comes from just the simple things like being aware of the sounds. Right now, you are aware of the sound of my voice and the energy that I'm sharing with you and what that's doing to your system. See, you could just listen, or you could start to feel and do the energy work of the words that I'm sharing with you. Then this doesn't become just something that you're listening to. This becomes a healing session, which is what it's intended to be. So the healing session that I'm offering right now during my practice in my sadhana hours, this energy is what I'm sharing with you. And if you receive it consciously, then you know that will actually transform and transmute whatever energy is coming up for you to the place of awareness. And when we get to a place of awareness, it's just flowing. When we get to the place of awareness, then we can't help but feel better from our true energy place, which is our soul energy. And we feel better when we have more soul energy felt within the human system. That's really what makes us feel better. That's the kind of feel better that is more consistent, and we feel more empowered in bringing that energy in, as opposed to relying on external stories to help us feel that way. And so with that was my main message that came to me when I checked in to share with you guys today, is to rely on the universe flow to attune us today, to constantly bring us to a place of presence where our soul energy is. And then once we hold the energy of and the intention of receiving that, then and we're relaxed enough to truly, and trusting enough to truly receive that, then allow yourself to, the way that you're going to know that is you're going to feel more relaxed. You're going to feel better. That's how you know when you're in your soul energy, is you're going to start to feel better. And feeling better is ultimately what's going to get us to align to our physical manifestation. And so it's just a brief, short little live stream because we are on our way. Miko and I are going to go and do our energy practice at the gym after Miko's third 3 days of fasting, and then my 24-hour fasting. And so we're doing what's called a spiritual fast, which is not just creating space and detaching and creating space for a new story, new relationship with food, but it's also a spiritual fast is also creating mental, emotional, energetic space. When our bodies aren't digesting food, there's more energy to go into our spiritual relationships. And so, and not, and being disciplined and conscious of the signals that our bodies give us when we are desiring for food is something to bring our consciousness around, because we're able to not just react and go immediately to food the minute we feel like, oh, I want food, but to create that space and look at that relationship and really see what's driving that signal or that impulse and have consciousness around it. That's another benefit. The other thing about spiritual fasting is that because all of our focus is in the relationship with our spirit and our soul, we're able to focus the majority of our intention and setting the intention as bringing our consciousness to the thing that we are intentioning for the next 24 hours or for the next 3 days or whatever it is. And we put all of our focus in that. Sometimes it looks like, for some people, it looks like prayer. Sometimes it looks like meditation for some people. For some people, it looks like work. It's whatever the thing is that we are overcoming in the block. Within the fast, we are doing the thing that we are resisting the most. We are doing the most difficult thing, and we're using our spirit energy to help us. So a spiritual fast is is a deep, deep spiritual practice to align ourselves to the divine masculine energy of the universe that it represents, and also the divine feminine energy of our beautiful Mother Gaia, who holds space for all of us to do this work and help transmute our dense energy into light, which is the reason we are all here. So I wonder what that beeping is. So again, just being in tune with the sounds that the universe is providing, and just tuning into whatever sound, whatever our story is around the sound, is to drop that story and to bring awareness to its presence. And just doing that brings us present in our bodies. So there doesn't actually need to be any story. I don't have to interpret the sound. I don't have to attach a story to the sound or become worried like that sounds like an alarm. Is everything okay downstairs? I could have reacted. And there it goes again. And so just noticing what that's doing to my stomach, noticing what that's doing to my heart, noticing all of those things, that brings me to my present. I actually don't need a story around it. Like, oh, what is going on? Like that whole thing. I'm still here observing what's happening and listening for it. All of this brings my soul energy into my system. And now, regardless of that sound, I'm very, very, very present in my body. And the more we can bring our presence into our body, our awareness into our body in the current time, space, reality of being here on this planet, that is when we're able to use our soul energy to manifest. And so all of this is the skills and the techniques and everything that Miko and I have been practicing for such a long time, and we use this practice to manifest our soul path, which is sharing about this energy and creating a physical container for it, which is called Davala.com. And so if you're new here, good morning. Oh, there's so many, everybody's here. Our wonderful tribe is here. Good morning, everybody. And so, one of the things that we're going to be discussing today with Montevo, as he's been delving deeply into his practice, is we're going to sit together and we're going to create space to receive the next directives for for the focus of how we're going to share more of Avala.com with everybody. As much as we love Instagram and love the connections that we're making there, our soul path has never been to be Instagram stars or use Instagram as the means to share about this energy. The directive that Miko and I have received has always been to create a platform, to create a digital space that is conscious and sacred for all the soul beings to come together and co-create together. And what that means is, in the beginning, it will be creating together. But eventually, because of all the ways that we have been preparing for this for the last 10 years, it's going to allow people to receive the means to be able to live their soul path outside of the third dimensional limitations. So in the beginning right now, it's you guys. We're just waiting to see how everybody is feeling inspired to create their story for Journey to Avala. I know Pablo is at a place where, we've invited him and he's asked to create videos for Avala. I know that we've invited Kai and he's getting ready. I know that Rhea and Savi are doing their work to be on their path to, they're already on their journey to Avala. So we're looking at all kinds of ways to bring the tribe together and create content, and then whatever else it is that your soul is wanting to create here. Is for some it'll look like finances, for some it'll look like technology, for some it'll look like artistry, for some it'll look like pastries, whatever it is that's driving your soul to be here. Avala is the means to achieve it, is what we're trying to share with everybody. And I feel like in Miko and I, in our heart-centered desire to have everybody feel the healing of this beautiful energy, we are doing a lot more teaching and healing than it is that we're talking about what we're offering with Avala.com. So we're going to sit down today and really see how we can bring that together, so that there is a measure of both and it's all in harmony and balance. That was a really big wave. It's wonderful to be here during this time before sunrise, and co-creating this vision with you guys, and still be able to hear the ocean again, the sounds of the universe, the signs that we're open to when we're conscious, and so yes. So today, if nothing else, spend some time on Avala.com and see it for the vision that I just shared, and put your energy, heart energy, in there, because it is there for you. And sometimes it takes consciousness and just some trust and faith to be able to see the gifts that we've all been manifesting. Sometimes it takes time to recognize them, right? It took me years to realize that the name that Miko had given me when we met, he gave me a new name, my true name, and it means BG means light, the bringer of light, or something like that, something that he felt inspired to give me. And because he, whenever he says my name, it's like a mantra, and he says it with so much love and conscious love and appreciation and adoration, and he's associated an energy to my name because of his love, and so whenever I hear my name, I associate that with, I feel those energies when I hear my name, no matter who says it. And no matter what energy they say it, I still feel that energy of love. That's how powerful our tribe is. That's how powerful our relationships are. That's how powerful mantras are. That's how powerful thoughts are. That's how powerful it is when we're open and conscious to the signs and the energies that are all around us. And some energies that no longer serve us, we can be conscious of that and create a new story around that, and then really, really relish and feel the juiciness of the energies that are showing up to serve us, even if we don't know quite yet what that is. We can still feel the appreciation for everyone who's showing up. So right now, we are here together. We are all showing up for each other. We have no agenda. We are just feeling this energy. Imagine this 24/7, a place that we can all go, a digital fire circle, digital ceremonies, digital means for people to be able to connect to one another from their heart center with the intention, when I go to a temple, where the space is created consciously, and the monks there are living in a sacred way, and the energy there is so high vibration and pure. Believe me, I am in my highest self, and if I am in any less energy, I am present with it, and just by being there, I'm feeling the healing of being there. This is what Avala.com is. There's nothing that's ever been created that holds this energy. This energy cannot be faked. It cannot be created overnight. This is something that has been prophesied for lifetimes. It's in the Akashic records. This is an energy that's supposed to be here for everybody to bring in the golden age. And it is not the only energy that's here to do this. This is the only energy that's here that has this name, where its sole purpose is to bring the golden age through spiritual technology and conscious media. But that's the space, and that space is here for you guys to co-create on. And eventually you will align yourselves to be supported in all kinds of third dimensional ways, not just, vocal support or energy healing support, but literally the support to help you move in third dimension to living your soul path. So you will be supported in your living situation. You will be supported. You guys, we have chickens in the backyard of our neighbor's house. We have chickens, and there's just a lot of beautiful sounds here that you wouldn't normally expect in an urban environment. Although Laguna Beach is just such a magical place in and of itself. So I don't really know if it can be defined as this or that. But I love the fact that we could hear chickens before sunrise, and sounds of the frogs and the ocean crashing. And it's my appreciation. So again, just coming back to the present, and just kind of closing out, what I'm sharing with you guys is that it may not be what ultimately Avala.com is going to be. For sure, it's only been launched it's only a month and a half old. So, and we just got out of beta stage. So it's not the vision of what it's supposed to be. Absolutely not in the 10 years that we've been collecting and creating and prototyping everything. It's not in its final form, but it's there energetically, if nothing else at the least. And it's definitely there for you to go and create a soul profile and start putting your energy there, because the ones who are aligning with it now, the ones that are aligning with it before it becomes mainstream, are the ones who are going to be able to create a presence on there. And so when the audience comes, they will come to see that, you know, that your energy is there. They will come to connect with your soul's path, and the means are there for you to be supported in your soul's path if you're there creating a presence on it. So we're really inviting everybody to come to Avala.com, because, you know, you can only imagine the first people who are building a presence on Twitter, the first people who are building a presence on Facebook, the first people who are building a presence on Instagram. There's something to be said about creating that energetic real estate in a new space, which is why when Vero came out just a few months ago, which is what they're saying is the new Facebook killer. That's kind of how they're advertising themselves. It's a $1 billion app, backed. You know, it's backed by $1 billion source, and so you know, that is something that, you know, they're launching, and they're saying that you know, you could create a profile there, and you're going to be one of the first people who are creating a profile on what could potentially be a massive platform. And we totally support that. We support everybody's soul creation, whatever it is. And we support it under the platform that's been created for conscious purposes. So this is just something that, you know, as we're approaching this time, we're really looking for everyone to create whatever their unique passion is, their unique vision is. It doesn't have to be massive like a Facebook vision. It doesn't have to be huge. It could just be something that you feel really, really connected to. And absolutely, we have no doubt that you will resonate and call in and magnetize those others who feel really, really connected to that thing that you're connected to. And we're creating a conscious space for people to all come together and and work together and create that thing consciously together, and then provide the means for that to happen. It's a really beautiful directive that we've received that's been very, very challenging because of you know, it's always challenging when you're creating something new, but then you guys show up, and I know that your heart is resonating on this, and so we know that there is a tremendous amount of energy out there that would benefit from such a platform. And the fact that we could come together and co-create together at this stage is such a true miracle for my soul path, that I never thought that I'd get to this place. Because it just took such a long time to get here. So a lot has been shared, you guys, and I thought this was going to be really quick live stream, but I'm really grateful for what has been shared. I feel the divine inspiration of what's been shared, and with that, I just want to say Avala, and I'll come back tomorrow for another sadhana live stream. And off to the gym we go. Bye, you guys. Talk to you soon. Avala.